Hello, everyone. This is Mythonian,
And with him is kcscrag.
and we have started our next ladder game.
Indeed, this is ladder game number 7, right?
I do believe so.
Yes. We
And
can.
our opponents this time are BraaK and JV.
Yep. And going to the settings real quick, you can
Oh, yeah.
see the rating at the time these games were created. This game was created.
Yep, we were not yet ranked with a rating of 2091, and they were similarly not ranked with a rating of 2074.
So this is interesting. A game between two not ranked but good teams.
Yeah, so our rating and their rating are currently above the first place team's rating.
Yeah. Humorously enough.
So it's sort of like who's going to end up being the number one team after they get ranked is what
Yeah.
it's looking like right now.
Yeah. Although we also can't get too far ahead of ourselves because we've still got to play after this game, we've still got to play 3 additional games.
Did you look how many
So
they have more to play, or is this their 10th or something?
I don't know. It's something like 8. I think
Okay,
they
so
played. I think it was
they're
8.
similar to us because this is our seventh, and so if it's their eighth, then they're only one ahead of us.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's take a look at their profiles.
Oh yeah, and keep in mind, just in case we actually lost the last game, because we haven't finished Game 6 yet as of this recording. So keep that in mind. All of these things we've said, they're
Yeah.
based off of
At the
being
moment,
undefeated for the
we're
first 5 games.
yeah through game five. Spoiler alert: we're undefeated. So, anyways, take a look at BraaK. He joined in 2011.
Mm-hmm. Got his
Um,
profile up.
Very low boot rate, less than 1%.
Ah, come on.
He's been first place in the 1v1 ladder. He's been first place in the 2v2 ladder with JV. He's been sixth in the real-time ladder. Holy crap, he's played a lot of ladders.
Wow. Wow.
He's played 4,000 games, 2,400 of them are wins. 69 win
Holy crap,
percentage in
4,000 games.
1v1. Yeah.
Jeez.
2v2 win percentage is 68%.
That's a ridiculous number of games.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah, oh, look at all the 3v3s.
I like WarLight. Not enough to play at 4,000 games, though. Whew.
Well, yeah. Anyways, take a
That
look at
takes
JV.
dedication, man. That takes dedication. Whew.
Take a look at JV.
Mm-hmm. We have an American.
Mm-hmm. He joined in 2013, has just a 1.2 boot rate,
Mm-hmm.
has won in numerous tournaments. Second place in the 1v1 ladder. Although I think, I don't remember now, but I thought his best rating was actually higher than BraaK's. Not entirely sure though.
Interesting.
Well, it all
Good
depends
player.
on, the state of the ladder at the time. He's participated in seasonal ladders, although several of them he did not get ranked with, or no, that's just one of them. Ranked 31st, ranked 14, ranked first. He won season 15, 74, 30, 30, with a rating of 0. Interesting. And he's done 1,500 ranked games, and he's won 1,000 of them. So that's more than about a 66% win rate, 65. 70% 1v1, 70% 2v2, 62% 3v3.
Gotcha. Cool stuff. Good player.
Yep.
Very good
These guys are
players.
definitely skilled players, and their rating shows that because they're also above the first ranked team at the moment
Well,
in
would
terms of
be.
rating.
Yeah.
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 So this is not going to be an easy game
No.
unless for some reason JV doesn't commit his orders for the next 10 hours.
Then yeah, that would be a relatively easy game.
So we have looked through their past games, at least the past like 5 or 6 of them, trying to figure out their tendencies for picking and such.
Mm-hmm.
And we did figure out a little bit. A little bit.
Yeah, we
Um,
noticed they have a fondness for East Canada.
oh yeah, because
Yeah.
of for presumably because of control through the Azores and Caribbean islands, which we've used
Mm-hmm.
ourselves.
Mm-hmm. And then we've also noticed they excuse me have a fondness for Central Africa.
Yep, they like to combo it most of the time when it's an option. Sometimes they would
Yakusha is
instead
also
combo
likely.
Eastern Europe though.
Yeah, Eastern Europe. They a combo in Central Africa is a common idea for them.
Yeah,
And then Yakusha is also
Yakusha and Southeast Asia are also common picks.
yes, very common. And for some reason, they like to do some weird thing where they do like one Ural, two Yakusha, which just seems entirely weird to me
They split
because,
around Siberia. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
yeah, it just seems strange to me. Well, just because I mean, if a guy gets the spot in Buryatia, then well, you're in trouble. So I don't know why they would do that. I don't know if they'll do that this game. I wouldn't bet on it, but it's just something to think about.
Yeah. Uh, I guess in the situation where someone does get into Siberia between them,
Mm-hmm.
as because chances are, the guy would probably be comboing Siberia and he would have knowledge of at least one of the sides and only one.
Well, yeah,
So he
but
would have knowledge of that side. He would move to fight there, like counter the two bonus or something, prevent that. So they would be fighting over there. Then that guy could gift a spot in Ural to the other guy who has a bonus now. And that guy could fight through Siberia to eventually eliminate that guy in the area.
I mean that's a possibility, but I don't know. That just
Yeah,
seems very strange to me.
it does
It does
I don't think
still
it's a
make it
very
really
good
hard on the one
strategy.
player.
Yeah, because it basically knocks that one person out of the game for a while.
It makes it very hard for him. He's got to use his teammates. Got to
And
help
this is
him.
also, yeah, assuming that the guy in Siberia doesn't gift something, because then it just becomes a clusterfuck there. Holy crap. Yeah.
Yeah, if the
Hmm.
other guy does a gift, then you're in big trouble.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
So I don't know if I understand that, but anyway, that's something they do sometimes. It's a big thing, common theme for them is East Canada, and then Central Africa, and then sometimes Eastern Europe,
either
Scandinavia.
Yakusha or Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
That's the majority of their picks. Sometimes they will do something with like Scandinavia, Eastern Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Split those between the players with one person in Yakusha, Eastern Central Eurasia, or Southeast Asia, and then the other guy in East Canada is what they like to do.
Yeah. So these
Although
are general strategies for them.
Europe's not very amazing on this board. Africa's pretty good though. It's really
Yeah.
hard to counter Central Africa in this.
No, I think Central Africa is relatively easy to counter, honestly.
Well, not, I mean, like, it doesn't have something like touching it, like, for example, a start in Libya,
Oh
or
yeah,
a start that you can't see in Niger or
it
something
would
like
be a
that.
delayed counter.
Yeah, a delayed counter.
But what I mean is that still would counter it quite effectively because the only real advantage to Central Africa is one turn two.
Yeah,
I mean after that it doesn't really matter that much. Uh, it doesn't really speed up your expansion very much. It does slightly. I mean you still can't get East Africa until the third turn, so it doesn't make that much of a difference. But I
yeah,
think Northwest Africa, Mauritania, I mean, would be a great delayed counter in this game to Central Africa.
it could be.
Um, there's also I mean, there is a 4 bonus in Brazil. That's something we should keep in mind. That's pretty easy to combo with Southern South America. And that's something else to note about their picks is they don't really do anything with South America. Like nothing.
Yeah, pretty much stick to the other areas.
They don't
Haven't
even
really
mess
seen them
with
do anything. And
yeah.
since there is a wasteland there, it's extremely unlikely that they would decide to do something about it now.
Yeah.
So Brazil, safe, good, efficient 2 bonus with that can threaten Central Africa
Mm-hmm.
on like turn 5 or so.
The only thing is, though, they do New Brunswick, East Canada would be a problem against
Indeed. That's the main thing that we
Brazil.
need to worry about. Although there is that 4 in Venezuela, which does hamper it just a little bit. But yeah, I do agree that
Oh
East
yeah.
Canada is the biggest issue that we need to deal with. So let's take it from them.
Yeah, if we double pick our ones on New Brunswick, we have a 75% chance. If one of them picks it as a number one pick, that we have a 75% chance. Three out of
Mhm.
every 4 games, we will get it.
And half the time they don't even use it as their number one pick. They put it as a 2.
Yeah.
So, it goes even higher than that.
Mm-hmm. Depending on their picks, of course.
Okay. So we can do the 1 there, 2 North Connoisseur, 3 Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what about the 4? Do we do something in Africa, something in Asia, something in Europe?
I'm thinking Asia would probably be the best. I like the idea of this being an intelligence pick. This
Hmm.
being, I mean, it is our 4 pick. It's the last pick we'll get. It's very likely they'll have most of their picks by then. So, doing something like picking a Mur or Philippines 4, and then going 5 to counter whatever that is,
I could agree with that.
that would be the right idea. Now, which to go for? That's the real question.
Uh, hmm. Well,
Hmm.
Yakutia is a bit safe because of Russian Far East being where it is. Although that also makes it a little harder to counter Yakutia. Hmm.
We could go 4 Yakusha, 5 Ural, 6 Baratia. We could do something like that, which would be funny. Um,
That
uh,
would definitely be interesting.
because I like Ural for countering Yakusha. I like it. I like going into Tamir Peninsula with a stack and then just breaking through in Central Yakut Plain.
True,
I
true. We
like
could
the
do that. We could do
opportunity
that.
to
You want to
do.
do that?
I like that
I
idea.
mean,
Yeah.
in the event where we do get our number 4, though, is Yakusha good enough?
Where we do get our number 4, is Yakusha good enough? I think it might, because as you've mentioned, it is relatively safe. Well, it's safe. What is the risk here? I think East Canada might be the most worrisome. I mean, once you go to the Azores, you're pretty secure, but you need to keep in mind they most likely know about East Canada.
Yeah.
So that is important to keep in mind if they don't have another spot in Ontario or Northwest Territories, which is possible. Um, but then that leaves open. You need to focus on Scandinavia, Eastern Europe. If they don't have Yakutia, they've probably got Southeast Asia. That's a question too.
Yes, definitely.
What do we do about that?
I'm not sure there's some. I mean,
I guess the
I
best
don't know
thing you could.
what.
Well, yeah, it really isn't. I mean, what do you do? Nothing. Hmm. We could. Hmm. What do you do then? See, that makes me want to ditch the Amur pick because
Yeah.
Southeast Asia seems just as likely as
Hmm.
Yakusha
I
is.
mean, because it is a little safer because the wasteland in Australia is there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So they're both pretty likely. It's just which one will they go for?
Yeah, I think that. Well, no, actually, I was thinking maybe focusing on Southeast Asia because it could complement South America a little better. But there's the wasteland in Peru, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. See, that's something else I was thinking about was hopefully I but immediately I was cut off by the wasteland in Peru as well. I was thinking that, even if we went for Yakusha, that would be fine if we got one for Yakusha, New Brunswick, because the guy in Brazil could potentially go through Peru, but you can't do that here.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Well, I mean, there is East China here.
Yeah. East China, it's looking pretty good too. Um, it could work against either Southeast Asia or Yakusha, although working against Yakusha would be a little bit harder. Yeah.
No, I think Yakusha working against Yakusha might be easier.
Well, I'm just saying that because you have to go through Nemengu, there's going to be a four.
Oh yeah, but I'm just talking about what they'd anticipate and where their
Oh yeah, they
reinforcements
would
would
not
be
anticipate it suddenly, coming up
from
through West China.
Nemengu with a stack. I think
Yeah.
you'd be okay there, and then they would probably be working on Siberia
Mhm.
next after Yakusha.
The big risk though with East China is we don't know where if they would be above us or below us.
Yeah, that's the real problem as I see
So
it.
I think East China is a good five pick,
Definitely.
but not a good four pick. I think the four should be for knowledge.
Yeah.
I mean, in the event of us having like Southeast Asia, if we get that, then we can be reasonably certain that they're in Yakusha.
Mm-hmm.
But if we get and if we end up having that as four and five East China, then we know for certain that they're below us.
I So really the big question is how do we want to handle this in regards to uh well, I guess it's the real question is which one's more effective against the other.
Yeah.
Is Southeast Asia better against Yakusha or Yakusha better against Southeast Asia?
Now, if they do get
Hmm.
Yakusha, since they can't get Russian Far East, they would be working on Siberia after that. That would be what they would be working on.
Yeah.
So the Southeast Asia pick, they would get that, and then probably work on East China. And then if in the event of us getting to Mongolia, that's a significant positional advantage. Unfortunately, it's pretty far away from Southeast Asia.
Well, they would never get there because we wouldn't let them do that. If we knew they were in Southeast Asia, we'd go check on that.
Oh no, no, I'm saying like if we are in Southeast Asia
Oh, yeah, I see what you're
and
saying.
they're in
Yeah.
Yakusha.
Yeah, and Yakusha does not have the same advantage. I
Well,
agree.
Sichuan counters East China very well. If they, I mean,
Sichuan?
Sichuan, yeah,
Well,
Sichuan is closer to them than Mongolia is to us if
no,
we're in the south.
no, man, we would never let them have East China. It would end up being a dogfight over East China. And then,
I'm saying that we would be in Southeast Asia. After we get the bonus, we would be going north. We would be working on East China.
okay, I thought you
And I'm
were,
thinking that
mhm.
around the time we would be finishing that, they might be getting to Sichuan, depending upon how they expanded. So
No, I don't
I
think
think
that,
that, but
I
they
don't
would
think they'd
likely
work
be
on West
working on West
China.
China, but they would be working on it before we would be working on it, is what I'm saying.
No, they wouldn't. No,
Because
no,
it's
no.
closer to them.
Siberia makes more sense.
Yeah, they would get Siberia, but then they would finish it.
What about their other bonus?
I'm considering the possibility of a Ural Yakusha split.
Oh, well, in that case, we just win. I mean, we have South China go into Tibet. I mean, they're dead. I don't see what they can do at that point. They'd be screwed. If they went for both Yakusha and Ural, oh yeah, Southeast Asia is amazing. They will die.
Okay, well, the other possibility is them going like Eastern Europe or Scandinavia, Yakusha.
Eastern Europe or Scandinavia Yakusha.
In that event,
I still like Southeast Asia.
yeah, in that event, it's likely that the other person, well, no, we're assuming that the guy has down here, but there is the event where one guy went East Canada and then somewhere in Europe, and then the other guy went somewhere in Europe and then Yakusha.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, he's probably only going to get his own bonus there, like only going to get Scandinavia and then focus on the other area. So he
It's
would get that
possible,
and
yeah.
then finish Siberia in like 3 turns and then start moving south.
Yeah, and by the time 3 turns are up, at that point, we'd already be in there. We'd
So
already
this is like,
be
well, this is
in
like
West
turn
China
turn 5.
or North
I don't think we
China.
would be in West China by turn 5. Would we? Turn 2, well, first 2 turns in Southeast Asia, or should we be focusing on East Canada in that case? Okay, in
Hmm.
the event of a East Canada, Southeast Asia start, what would be the better start? I mean, starting expansion. Which one would we get first? I think we would start with East Canada, wouldn't we? We would get that the first 2 turns.
I'm not so sure.
Because Southeast Asia, I don't think it can be guaranteed into.
I just don't like risking the issue with Ontario. I think Ontario is much more likely that they'd start with than Papua New Guinea is.
Oh no, I'm not saying that we would be risking Papua New Guinea at all. I don't
No,
think they're
no,
gonna
no,
get that.
no. What? No, 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 no. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I'd rather not work on East Canada first because it's very likely they could start in
Oh,
Ontario,
I see what you mean.
and if they start in Ontario, well, we won't get East Canada. Period. We need to work on Southeast Asia in that case.
Okay. I mean, yeah, we could do that. Sure.
Um, so yeah, I guess in this case we'd go 1 New Brunswick, 2, 3 in Brazil, 4 Philippines, 5 I think should obviously be Papua New Guinea then. Just because if we don't get Philippines, we know,
True. I agree with that.
and we just take it, and they initially are thrown off, and there's a possibility for elimination even, and of course a gift. That'd be great.
Yep.
So
Okay. What
many
about
opportunities.
6, 7, 8? Something like
So
northern. Well, in the event of us somehow losing, well, okay, this is assuming we would probably be losing East Canada if we go to 6.
mm-hmm.
So we would lose East Canada, we would split South America, and then we would get probably Papua New Guinea.
Yeah.
Or both. Well, no, we would have to only get one. So we'd probably get Papua New Guinea. So let's see. One guy would get.
No, we'd probably. Do you think? I don't. I don't know. I think.
Why would they not pick Southeast Asia but pick Papua New Guinea instead? We haven't seen them do that.
No, I think what we'd get is we'd get North Brazil and North Kono Sur and Papua New Guinea, and then we'd get a 4 pick. I mean, our
Yeah,
last
that's what I'm saying.
pick, wherever our 6 is.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So the guy in Brazil would get Papua New Guinea. The other guy would be in Southern South America. Where would his other pick, like, where would we want to put him?
Um.
Because this would be the guy in Southern South America.
We want him to have.
We know
A
that we have
safe
knowledge of
bonus.
East Canada.
Well, no.
We have knowledge of
It
East
would be
Canada. We have
split.
knowledge of Southeast Asia in this event.
We'd want Ontario. I think pretty
Ontario
clearly.
it is. Yeah.
We'd want Ontario. And then beyond that, perhaps we'd want 7 Anchorage. And then 8. If we get to 8, I don't even know what's going on. I mean, we'd have our New
If we
Brunswick
get to 8,
pick.
it means all of our picks have gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, it means hell is broken loose and the world is on fire.
So I'm thinking a 2 bonus somewhere.
Baltic States.
Yakutia. Baltic States, that works too.
Well, we know Baltic States would be safe.
Yeah, we know that Europe is totally clear. In fact, most of Asia is clear.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Oh, what a crazy game that would be. Gosh, that would be cool. No idea what's going on. Ah! We got New Brunswick and somehow missed South Canada and Alaska, I guess. We've got like maybe Brazil or Southern South America in either South Pacific or Southeast Asia. That would be a brawl. That would be crazy. Alright, anyway, I like those picks. I think they're pretty cool.
Yep. You ready to commit?
I
think these are
have
good.
committed.
Okay. Let's double check that they're the same. They are.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man. Just of a different color.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, we will see what happens when territories are distributed.
Indeed.
And territories have been distributed.
Yes, and unfortunately, our opponent, JV, was booted. So,
Yeah, he didn't end up doing his turn. Very
didn't make his
unfortunate.
picks in time, so,
So BraaK ended up surrendering.
yeah, there's not much that can be done at this point.
Yeah. Hmm. Oh well. Such a hyped game, you know? It was
Wow.
gonna be such a good game and then didn't happen.
Yeah, really. Well,
If
they
they
did
stick in the
combo
ladder
Central
though.
Africa.
Oh, did they? Oh,
Yeah,
you already.
they did combo Central Africa. What were our picks again? Yeah, we got our first four. We don't really know what would have happened with his teammate, though. That was really the big question mark.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at his picks, make sure he did do that on purpose. Yeah, he did combo it on purpose.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We
What
had
can
such a
you
good
do?
picking strategy. Oh, if they stick in the ladder though, I expect we will be facing them again in the very near future.
True.
Maybe not
Yeah.
the very near future, but
The future.
the future.
All right.
We
Well,
will be looking forward to it.
yeah. Looking forward to a rematch with you guys.
Yep.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I don't really feel comfortable
Not
calling
really a
this.
rematch, just a
Yeah,
match.
our first real match because this. I mean, with somebody getting booted, it's not much of a game, is it?
Yep.
um.
Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the long-winded explanation of picks that we had earlier.
Yeah, really. Hopefully, that was a great first and only episode.
Yep. Well, it goes to show that, well, unfortunately, it doesn't really go to show, but would have been nice if it went to show how effective it can be if you choose your picks according to your opponents, which we had tried
Yeah.
to do very significantly.
But we never got to demonstrate the
I know,
valuable
I know. That was why I was saying, like,
nature of that. It's so
unfortunately, it didn't
sad.
actually go to show it, but
It's so sad.
yeah, well, with his picks like that, it probably would have been where JV would have chosen East Canada and somewhere in Asia, and
Mm-hmm.
then, yeah, you would have gotten Brazil and then countered Africa, and then I would have gotten East Canada, probably gone to the Azores to help you out, and then eventually fought in Africa, in Asia.
Yeah.
That's what this game probably would have ended up going as. Yeah.
Yep. I'm happy with our picking strategy. I think it would have worked well, but well, whatever. Not much we can do about it now.
Yeah. Well, I think that's everything for this one. There's unfortunately not much that happened, but next game should hopefully be different. So we will see what happens when the next game starts.
Yep. That will be. This is ladder game number 7. The next one will be ladder game number 8. We will see you there.
The hype is real.
Indeed.